I'm here with Rita Usanga, co-founder of InvestWell. Thank you for speaking to Apps Africa.
No problem.
Can you tell us some more about InvestWell and what you guys are doing?
Yes. So InvestWell Africa is a technological platform that basically connects project developers in Sub Saharan Africa, specifically in core and software infrastructure, to international institutional investors. And it addresses a number of problems. So on the project developers side, it addresses the issue of the lack of understanding of investor requirements in Western markets. So we basically work with them on an advisory basis to resolve that problem. And on the investor side, we help to address the issue of lack of capacity in-house. So whilst a lot of institutional investors they'll have an Africa team in-house, actually that team is quite small. So this often means that they will actually miss opportunities that actually come into them. And there's also a challenge in sourcing bankable projects. We help to address that issue. And of course there's the event side of things as well. Lots and lots of Africa investment events, but actually the question is what value is actually gained out of those events. A lot of money is spent, but actually getting the investment is not necessarily that easy because people come unprepared. We're there to make sure we actually prepare them. So those are the three core things we focus on.
Okay, and when did you launch, or when are you planning to launch?
So as a business, we came together with the idea at the November. In terms of launch, at the moment, we're actually in alpha testing at the moment with a small number of investors that we've handpicked, and then we're going to roll out into beta with the rest of our network of investors later this year.
And what's the business model?
So in terms of business models, there's a two-way business model. We actually charge a subscription fee for project developers and project brokers to access the platform. This can either be paid on an annual basis or of course on a monthly basis. And then there is actually a success fee as well once a deal has actually been done. So when a project developer actually gains investment, there's a fee that we charge.
And what are the key markets for you in Africa?
Yeah, so we're specifically focused on Sub-Saharan Africa, but whilst we can't cover all the 48 countries in one instance, from a beachhead strategy, we are focusing on Ghana and Nigeria because we've got two co-founders who are Nigerian and two co-founders who are Ghanaians. So it makes a lot of sense. That takes care of tier one. From a tier two perspective, we're concentrating on Rwanda and Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire because we have to have at least one francophone African country in there, and Rwanda for obvious reasons it's the darling of Africa. I've had to think about a template in terms of who's got it right in terms of attracting foreign direct investment. Rwanda is definitely it.
And in terms of the other funding platforms, how do you differentiate yourself from the various alternatives out there?
For us, we are focused specifically, as I said already, on core and soft infrastructure only. We're not looking at kind of lower end value propositions out there, and that's for a number of reasons. Main one being Africa can't go anywhere without infrastructure. The biggest problem that Africa has at the moment is energy. 30% of the continent is electrified, and actually that varies depending on the country you're in, and it's definitely not 24-hour either. So addressing the core infrastructure, the key infrastructure problems, will then allow the kind of the rest of other areas like FMCG, etc. to then burgeon. And also because we're concentrating on infrastructure, that means we're only working with institutional investors rather than angel investors or seed investors or individuals. So a lot of the propositions that are out there at the moment are concentrating on the lower end of the market. We're concentrating on the more complex end of the market.
What are the main challenges you face in getting this business moving from the idea to the current state?
So there are a number of challenges that we face. One of them is from a technological perspective. We've got two different customers that we're actually working with. One customer who's sitting, in somewhere like the UK or maybe sitting in Europe is very much so used to being 24 hours on in terms of digitally. Is used to moving from across mobile devices very easily. They're used to beautiful UIs, very easy, intuitive UX. On the flip side of it, we've got our customers who assist in Africa, so the project developers, and with the project developers, their focus is their key challenge is that we've got no bandwidth we've got expensive access to internet, and we've also got, as mentioned already, infrequent electricity. We've got a bill for that. So that for us as a business, that's the biggest technological challenge that we face. But actually, we're, as I said already, we're talking about institutional investors. Now, talking to them about taking this sort of business onto a technological platform is, for them, it is a challenge, because we're ultimately looking to disrupt the market. So it's not the easiest area to go into, but it must, has to be done.
And in terms of funding the business, how have you done that?
We're a typical startup. We're operating lean. I mean, trimming the fat is probably an understatement at this moment in time. So we are basically self-funding at this moment in time. And there's a point that we'll get to when we then look for investment, but that's going to be when we feel we've gained enough traction and we've actually proven ourselves. Then we're going to be going to market to look for funding. That again will be later on this year.
Great. We look forward to hearing some more, and thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you.